it's all a bit of a mess. We've got tools lined up along there. We've got a boating trolley and all the bits of the boat there. Massive pile of scrap wood. And the other bench is all in a mess. And that shelf at the end there needs to move. And the floor is covered in sawdust and bits of wood, and it all needs to be sorted out before I can really move on. So let's get on with it, shall we? Right, that's better. Spent a couple of days reorganising the shed somewhat. So behind me, where there used to be some racking, I've moved that with the intention of maximising the total amount of length that I've got in the shed. Overall, I've got around about 13.5 feet. Of course, I need 12 feet of that almost to actually build this thing, so that's going to be at quite a premium. So you know, that's always good to get organised. Also, I've let things get into quite a mess as I was working. It was sawdust all over the place and bits of scrap plywood and all sorts of stuff going on. So it's good to have got to grips with all that, and I've got a nice tidy place to work now. So yeah, brilliant. So I'll show you what I've done as well. We now have an epoxy station. I've emptied out the boxes that were full of all the bits and pieces that I've collected over the years, and now I can see exactly what's what. We've got this section here. Actually, I'll turn the camera around. This section here, where I'm currently storing my drawers and some bits of wood, that's exactly the right size to fit the desk, or bench I should say. So that will slot in there, and then over here I'll be able to get rid of all of those ladders and the fan and bits and pieces, so that I've got the full length to actually work in. So with that, we can start building the jig. The jig is the subframe that the boat is ultimately built on. It has the curves that the bottom plank sits on. These curves are then transferred to the boat and provide for the proper hydrodynamic shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations. I can't quite work out where they go. I'll give that some thought. It's made out of particle board
It doesn't need to be plywood or anything marine sensitive or anything like that. And I've made a couple of adaptations as well, just to make things a little bit easier for my situation.
So in a departure from the plans, what I've done is firstly I've stuck some wheels on the bottom so that I can manoeuvre the boat around, and I've also left a big gap in the middle there. And the main reason for that is just to keep the weight down a little bit, but also figure that it might be good to allow for some ventilation and allow any dust and sawdust and stuff to fall out of the bottom there. So yeah, anyway, all looking good. Couldn't resist having a little bit of a play around with just temporarily sticking some more of the structure in place, just to give an idea of what sort of size it's going to be and what it's going to look like once it's all come together. It's quite a large structure. I kind of knew it was going to be quite large, but I hadn't quite prepared. Well, I have prepared myself for the size of it, but it's always a shock when you see it come together in 3D. That's exciting though. Plenty of work to do yet, you know. Plenty of work to do yet. So there's been some brilliant work going on in the shed these past few days, and as you can see, I am now actually sitting on my boat. If not in it, but you know, that time will come, I'm sure. Been really exciting, and it's really lovely to actually start putting bits of the boat together and starting to see that shape and the size of it, and just how it's all going to mould itself into one cohesive lump of boat eventually. So yeah, it's been fantastic. Really enjoyed making the videos. If you've enjoyed watching them, then please do give me a little thumbs up and consider subscribing, because that way I know that you want me to do more. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.